Well, it's another freezing cold day here in North Carolina. It's about 40 degrees, which is way too cold for me. I've got the Trailblazer in the shop today, and what I'm going to do is button up the last thing that I have to do on this before I consider it done, which is charge the AC. So if you guys remember from a few videos back, I custom built AC lines. So I've got everything I need here at the house to pull a vacuum on the system, make sure that it doesn't leak, and then charge it. Even though it's cold, I should still be able to charge it. If I need to, I'll turn the heat on in the garage and get it warm in here. But yeah, we got to take a trim panel off, hook up our gauges, and then we can do that. So it's all nice and clean. It's been sitting in the garage under the cover. So I wanted to drive it today, but the roads are still a little wet, even though you can see the sun is out. So I'm going to charge the AC, fire it up, check all the fluids and stuff, and then probably put it right back in the garage. So let's go ahead and get started with that. All right. All right, so while we're pulling a vacuum on that, let's talk a little bit about the plans for the Trailblazer. Right now, the truck's up for sale. So if anyone's interested, look me up on Instagram. We can talk about what I've done to it, what the sale price is, and whatnot. I built the truck. Let me start from the beginning. I bought the truck as a roller on welds and had a turbo kit with it and stuff like that. And the plan was originally just to put it together, but some of the parts weren't really what I wanted to go with. So I decided that I'd sell the roller. Didn't have much luck with that. So what I ended up doing was building an engine for it, doing a 4L80 swap, rebuilding the rear end, detailing everything, and getting it put together like I was going to keep it. Honestly, it's not really my thing. So it came down to it'd be easier to sell running and driving with all the good stuff already done to it than it was to sell it as a roller. So it is up for sale. This is the last thing I got to do to it is charge the AC. So we're going to pull this vacuum, let it sit for a little bit, make sure it doesn't leak, charge the AC, and then we'll fire it up and make sure we got air conditioning. All right, so we let it vacuum down for about 5 minutes. You can see we are about 31, 32 inches of vacuum. We'll let it sit for about 5 minutes, make sure that it doesn't leak, and then we'll throw some Freon in it. And it's going to blow cold air because it's cold outside, but I can tell by the gauges how much Freon's in it, and everything should be buttoned up then. Thing of Freon. Let's throw some at it. We'll let the gauges settle, fire it up, and see if the AC compressor comes on. And if it does, we'll come back here and add a little bit more to it till we get really, really cold air. All right, so it's too cold, of course. Without a machine to pump Freon into it, I'm gonna have to get the garage a little bit warmer so that the Freon will flow into the AC system. So I'm gonna turn on the heat, and I'll be back with you guys in a few minutes. Okay, we have functioning air conditioning. It's about 60 in the shop right now. Air's blowing cold, pressures look good for the temperature that everything's at, so I'm gonna get the gauges off this thing and close the hood. All right, so that's gonna do it. Homegirl's all buttoned up. Gonna put it back in the garage under the cover and see if anyone wants to put it in their garage. So there's gonna be more projects for the channel. This one, as far as I'm concerned, is complete. It's time for it to go to a new home. I'm gonna get back to working on the Packard. I've had that thing for like 5 years now, so that girl needs some love. The wiring is done. I just got to do a fuel system. Then it should be roadworthy, except for not having a seat in it. But Trailblazer, it's been fun. It's a pretty truck. If you guys know anyone that's interested, be sure you point them towards my Instagram page. They can DM me on there to get more information about it. Gonna do some more filming this week, get some more videos out for you guys. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.